You didn't leave the intro? You not hit yet? Oh, no. Really, yo. You gotta keep saying, you gotta say your name.
Hello, my name is Christine Elise, and this is Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. My dogs are playing behind me. This is a disclaimer for the beginning of this recipe. Hayden, really? Can you not? A disclaimer because this video is out of focus, and you might ask, why not record it again? Why not record again over this dog barking? That I could do. But the reason I don't just record the video again is because I'm a one-man show here. I shoot it, I do all the cooking, do all the editing, do everything, and I have to also do all the eating. And so this recipe made a really lot, and I ate it. It's delicious, but I ate it for 5 days straight. I didn't want to make it. Hayden! Make it again and have to eat it for 10 days straight. So pardon me, pardon the amateurism of the out of focusness of this recipe. But trust, it's really yummy. I'm sorry. Hello and welcome to Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. My name is Christine Elise, and today I am going to be making a red curry coconut noodles with vegetables and crispy garlic tofu. I'm going to start with the tofu. What I have in this bag here is a pound of firm tofu that I pressed on a plate. I cut it in half, I put it on a plate, put some napkins around it, and then put this pan on top of it and weighted it down for about a half an hour to press most of the water out of it. Now it's marinating in this bag. This is a 1/4 cup of hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of ginger, a tablespoon of garlic, and a tablespoon of crushed red pepper. That's what's in here. So I'm going to heat it with avocado oil because avocado oil has a very high smoke point, I think it's called, which means it takes a long time. It has to be very, very hot to burn it. And you want this pan very, very hot. You want this oil hot. That's too much oil. I'm going to dump some of that oil out because I don't want it to splatter all over me. All right, so that was maybe a tablespoon of oil in there. And it's hot. I'm going to just check how hot with a piece of tofu. All right. I'm going to get splattered like in hell, but all right. You want the pan very hot before you put this in there because you want to sear it, the tofu. I'm not just dumping this in there because I don't want all this liquid to splash. Well, be patient with me. I'll get this all in there. It's funny, I gave up meat in the 80s. Pardon me while I wash my hands real quick. I gave up meat in the 80s before there were no like Gardein and Beyond Meat and those sort of vegan and vegetarian meat replacements didn't exist back then. And so everybody assumed I ate a ton of tofu, which I didn't. I wasn't a big fan of tofu. I experimented with it a bit, and I just decided I didn't particularly like it. And then also I was just being rebellious because everyone assumed I ate tofu. I was just going to be like, fuck you, I don't eat tofu. I've really come to love tofu in the last couple of years. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to let it on high heat. I'm not going to molest it. I'm going to let it sit until it sears in the bottom, and then I'll come back and flip it. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. This took about 10 minutes. It's nice and dark and crispy on the outside. So I'm just going to take this pan and set it aside while I go on to the next part of the recipe. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now we're going to get into the stir-fried noodly red curry coconut portion of this recipe. I'm going to add to this pan about a tablespoon. Again, I'm just using the avocado oil. When that gets warm, I'm going to add, this is 1 small onion that I diced. It's a small onion, and I'm also going to add, I have the whole plate of veggies here. What vegetables you use really is up to you. I'm adding 3 sliced red jalapenos. And you know what else I'm going to do? Because I'm going to add, no, I'm not going to add it yet. I'm going to let these onions soften. Oops, got the tail in there. So the vegetables that I'm eventually going to be adding are, I have some sliced in half sugar snap peas, I have some matchstick carrots, I have some red or purple cabbage, I have some broccoli. In this bowl here I have some frozen peas and some baby corn, and I have a can of water chestnuts, diced water chestnuts. And I have this package of fresh pad thai noodles that I got at my favorite market, Bang Luck. You don't have to use those, you don't have to use fresh noodles. You could just use spaghetti, you could use ramen or udon or soba or chow mein noodles, just anything. Any noodle you prefer. You needn't be fancy. What I like about these is that they're fresh. I don't have to cook them first. They're a little bit hard. I've actually never tried this. I'm winging it here with this recipe. I'm just going to add that to the coconut milk and sauce, and hopefully it will have enough moisture to cook and then absorb all the yummy red curry coconut sauce. Alright, I'm going to add the rest of these vegetables actually. So I'm going to add the snap peas and the carrots and the red cabbage and the broccoli. Whee! So you may have noticed I have a haircut. I'm a short hair blonde again. This isn't entirely what I intended to do, but the evolution of the cutting and the coloring led me back into this familiar territory. Back into basically it's the Emily Valentine hair, just not quite as light. It's darker in the back. But alrighty. I'm not going to add the baby corn or the peas, so I don't want the peas to get mushy. I will add this drained can of water chestnuts though. I really like water chestnuts. I like the crunch they add. Very pretty. If you don't want to, you don't have to add tofu to this at all. You can skip the tofu step entirely and just do veggies, or you could do some other protein thing. You could do, Beyond Meat chicken strips, or you could do, I think Gardein has some beef strips, and any sort of whatever you want in here. If you eat meat or seafood, shrimp would be good in it. Because not everybody watching this show is a vegan. This channel, I also got schooled recently that I should never refer to this as a show, but rather a channel. I was told that with much chagrin, much disdain by a young boy who's probably about, 10 or 11. Alrighty, I'm going to add a tablespoon of ginger. Like I always say, I like to buy it already minced up in these jars, so much more handy. Same for the garlic. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. Yes, more. I thought 2 tablespoons, but that's to taste. Also in the jar, I would never use jarred garlic like that for a pasta dish because the garlic flavor, fresh garlic flavor is important in pastas, but in dishes like this where there's so much sauce and strong flavors, it's okay to use that. I mean, fresh garlic is always better, but that's so convenient. You could also make this a soup. I'm assuming I'm not going to have to add any stock to this to get the noodles to cook. But if you did want it to be a soup rather than sort of more of a stir fry, you just add some veggie stock to it and you have a soup. You know what? For the hell of it, I'm going to put a tablespoon of soy sauce in there for the salt. It's a low sodium, but all right. Now I'm going to need a spoon to get into this jar. I'll be right back. I'm back. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of red curry paste. Oops. All supermarkets seem to carry this stuff nowadays. It used to be harder to find. Now I find it everywhere. Speaking of finding things everywhere, if you haven't tried the Beyond Meat, the Beyond Burgers that Beyond Meat makes, you need to. And they now used to only be available at Whole Foods, but now Vaughn's, Pavilions, Wegmans, Kroger, Ralph's, everybody has them. I found them in my local Ralph's. Very excited about that. Okay, now I'm going to add this can of light coconut milk. I use light because why not, right? And these extra calories. Tastes just as good. And now I'm going to add the noodles. I need to add this whole bag. It's a lot. It's a really lot. How much is this? It's a pound. F it. All right. It's a little bit unwieldy. I think they're tied together. There we go. Wow, this is going to make a really lot of food. I'm thinking this would feed 4 people. Pretty substantially, actually. All right. I'm going to let these noodles, cook, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Noodles cooked perfectly. They're nice and stir-fried dry. And I'm going to add just a touch of water to break them up a little bit. That was probably a 1/4 cup. And to that, again, if you want to make this a soup rather than what I have going on here, more of a dry, like a pad thai, that sort of a level of moisture, all you got to do is add some veggie stock. This is the baby corn, peas. All right, and that's basically it. So what you would do to serve it is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit of lime to this. Actually, I won't. So here's what you do: plate this up, top it with some crispy tofu, and then garnish it with lime wedges and some cilantro, and maybe some sesame seeds. And there you have it. That is my red curry coconut noodles with crispy garlic tofu. That's a lot to say. So there. My name is Christina Elise. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming. Please subscribe. There's a little box down there. I'm sure you guys know how to subscribe. You may not know that if you don't click the little bell next to it, you won't get notifications. You need to click that to get notified. I'm excited to eat this. It smells really good and it looks delicious. And it's so colorful and pretty. All right, I'm rambling. Twitter handle, Instagram handle. Thank you for coming. Until next time. Thanks. Bye.
2017, Taiwan. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to know.
In the joint,
One time,
check me out.
Straight up and down from the south side.
This is it.
Transmit to you.
And they ain't.
Yeah.